Thank you very much, and thank you for the honor of allowing us to be here to send off this great unit. I'm here to introduce our state commander of the American Legion. There is no greater advocate for your soldiers, your families, and your veterans in this community than this man. Ken was elected state commander last July at our state convention. He's been serving in the American Legion. I first met him probably 10 years ago at a meeting and was instantly drawn to him by his care for veterans and his ability to train and to teach and mentor. He's a great soldier. He was a Marine, but he was also a soldier. Served 2007 to 2010. Without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Ken Rynes.
The one thing you need to know about Mike, he's retired Army, but Mike also takes up the job of the FRG for the unit in Madison. So him and his wife Denise, who's a former past state commander and the first woman past state commander, I couldn't hold a candle to what they do for veterans. I just look at what they do and it's just crazy. But before I start, I'd look out in the audience and could I have all, including the soldiers that are going, but all veterans please stand, everybody that's served. Whether in peace or war, please stand. Give yourselves a round of applause. I must begin with a simple but very heartfelt thank you. You must realize that my following remarks are coming from a trainer at Camp McGregor in '09 when the 829th last deployed. I was in the shoe. For anybody that went through there, I was one of those guys that screwed with you in the special housing unit. These are times laced with many emotions from parties with different levels of involvement. You, the soldier, are probably feeling a little apprehension, but more than anything, excited. Excited to finally get a chance to do the job that you signed up for. The average civilian cannot understand the fact you would be excited to deploy. I describe it like an athlete that goes to practice day in and day out, but never gets in the game. I use the word game solely as an analogy. This is not a game. You have many people who depend on you, whether you think so or not. These people are going through a much broader range of emotions. Your time will be occupied by the mission, and that is your focus. Their time will be worrying about your safety, plus keeping the household functioning with some sort of normality. You all have a story of the loved ones you leave behind. This includes even you soldiers who are single. There are people who depend on you. I beg you to spend the next year being hypersensitive, never giving in to complacency. Spend your free time studying your enemy. Know your equipment, all the equipment you might come in contact with. Whether you think you will need to know its function or not, you are one bullet away from having to operate it. And that is not the time to think, wow, I should have listened to my instructor. Your job in its simplest form is to take care of your battle buddy. This sounds like a cliche, but it has been the determining factor in all military victories in history. No rank is exempt from what I am telling you. In many battles throughout history, a winning or losing decision was made by an E5 or below. The one thing we know, as former veterans, is the best laid plan has 3 backup plans, and that's never enough. The media tells us the war is winding down. In fact, you would have to search hard to find an article about the war on terrorism. Make no mistake, soldiers, it is still a war. no less prevalent than that fateful day of September 11th. We here today understand this. Unfortunately, many in the community don't. I don't mean to sound like your chain of command, but I say these things because I want to see all of you at the welcome home in 12 months. I personally know many of you and have watched others grow up with my kids. We all have a stake here. The biggest stakeholders, though, are your families being left behind. I talked about their mission while you were gone. Yes, you must realize that those in the rear have a dual mission. Like I said, it is not only their normal, everyday functions, but they must also act now on your behalf. The simplest problems can become unsurmountable with your absence. Your unit's very makeup of being scattered throughout the state is a problem that is unique to the Reserve and Guard. I'm here on behalf of 60,000 Wisconsin Legionnaires who have walked the very road that you are headed down to tell you we are here to help manage those seemingly overwhelming problems at home. The American Legion's demographic makeup and sheer numbers let me tell you with the utmost confidence that no matter where you live in this state, there is a Legionnaire within 10 miles of your house ready to help. Let that help happen so that you may totally focus on your mission and return home safely to them. The American Legion's mission was laid out in 1919 by some very patriotic Americans and will never be finished so long as there are troops serving, whether in peace or war. Yes, you have your family readiness groups, you have the Department of Defense, but please remember that the American Legion is the third leg in that stool of support for your family now and for you when you return. Our members are made up of every known occupation and specialty, so there's no problem that cannot be handled by one or more of our many veterans. It is our sworn mission and honor to continue to serve by taking care of those who pick up the torch of defending freedom when we no longer can. You won't realize for many years the impact on your life that your time in service has had. Once you get old enough to start the recollection process, will be the time that you realize, I really did something with my life. The true taste of freedom can only be realized by those who would swear to die protecting it. With that being said, I want to close by once again thanking you and your families for your unselfish love of country. May God bless you these upcoming months and all the days that follow. And I will see every one of you in 12 months. That's an order. Thank you.